Hi, welcome to JJ's Productions, and I'm back with another Hitman 2 video. This time we're in Miami and we're doing the Escalation, the Sweeney Scrupulousness. That is a tricky one to say. So, what we got to do is we got to get the amputation knife and kill a target with it as the medic. So, no better way to do it than to start as the medic. And the target's pretty simple to get. She's right here. And you don't have to do much to lure her. All you have to do really is throw a coin. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick my coin, I'm going to throw the coin, and just going to wait for her to investigate it. She'll come to pick the coin up, we can slash her with the knife, and all we have to do is exit the level. It's fairly simple, level 1. I'm actually a little disappointed how this one goes in its entirety because level 1 was very simple and enjoyable, whereas levels 2 and 3 weren't as enjoyable, and I wouldn't say they were as easy either. So yeah, that's level 1. If you're wondering about how no one saw that body, by the way, the simple answer is because of the like flappy curtain things, like the blinds, you just don't get the body seen through them. On the other hand, the two in the other room, so like the examination room, they will see, but that was just good timing on my part. So if you get caught by them two, you've just got to be a little bit more efficient in how you do it. So I could have even done it better, to be honest. 49 seconds was slow for that level. But moving on, level 2. What we have to do in this is we've got another target, plus there's now a condition that all bodies must be hidden. So this was interesting to say the least. This took me over an hour to work out. For the simple reason, it wasn't this first target that was the problem. It was this new target right here, the bloke. And I just couldn't find a way of getting him to move. And eventually I just happened to stumble upon it where I'd been focused that much on getting him whilst he was with the woman who we've just seen him with. Whereas I didn't wait long enough to actually see if he moves into a secondary position after the conversation. So I actually did work it out eventually. I saw him move to a better position, so in the end it works well because all you have to do is just get rid of this first target and then you can move back onto him. That's the entire reason we exited the building this way, because it triggers his conversation with the woman and we can just knock these two out whilst we're waiting. So first one we knock out, put into this closet, and we're just going to go back outside and we're going to knock this medic out who's an enforcer and put him in this dumpster near 2. So fairly simple again, nothing too complicated. The all bodies must be hidden thing is a bit of a pain, but it's no major problem. So at this point we do what we did in level 1, which is throw a coin. We're going to just wait until she investigates it, and then we're going to use the amputation knife on it. Now, I'm trying to remember if I picked it up at the moment, so I didn't see it in a playthrough, but yeah, we did. So here we go, just wait until she's walked far enough in, slash the knife, and we're just going to drag her into the closet. Well, actually, I say I was going to drag her into the closet, but the easier way to do this would be to actually drag her outside into the dumpster, because, well, to be honest, it's just nearer. So yeah, into the dumpster, and that's level 2. Well, it isn't level 2, but that's the, I wouldn't say the harder bit, it's the first part of level 2 done. I don't know why I was trying to make that sound bigger than it was. Anyway, at this point I was getting cocky. I thought, right, can I lure this guy out? No, you can't. All that does is send him away to go and report a gunshot. So yeah, not the best idea. I had that. So in the end, the simpler way to do it, which is what I will do momentarily, is I throw a coin just in his earring range and he comes to investigate the coin. Once he comes to investigate the coin, we can throw another coin and it just literally drip feeds into the correct location. Because of me being a dippy though, and I use the gunshot, he goes into what is his third position. So I call it first positions when he's talking with the woman, second positions when he's having a sit down where we just saw him, third position he decides to stand by this manhole thing and tie a shoelace. I'm not exactly sure why he keeps deciding to do that. Well, it's not even tying his shoelace, he's just having a look at something. So yeah, we basically have to just wait for him to get back into his sitting position. I wish there had been a better way of taking him out. I'm nagging myself at it because I'm sure there isn't a better way to do it. I'm waiting to see a speedrunner do it, because even if I can't do speedrun techniques, I always think to myself, how do they get the quick techniques? And I just haven't been able to nail it on this one, so it's annoyed me because, as you can tell, he did hear that coin, but it's such a faff having to move him this way. I even try and drop the Krugermeyer area just to get that guy out of the way, but as a kill method it is such a nuisance having to do it this way. So amputation knife to the throat, he's dead, All we have to do is drag him inside while that guy's taking the gun away, or at least reporting the gun, and that is level 2. If you haven't been able to tell by the tone of my voice, I haven't been fond of this escalation. I think the all bodies must be hidden complication is just very extreme considering what happens in level 3. Especially considering level 2 I didn't find overly easy. Maybe again that's because I spent 40 to 45 minutes faffing around trying to get him at the start. But yeah, I'm just not in a good place with this one. Maybe replaying it I might feel better, but right now I'm just still peeved at it. So, level 3, we've got a new target once again, and just the added complication once more of things have been added and removed from the level. So one of the things that's been removed, as far as I can tell, is a dumpster, which is where we put the first two bodies, the first target's body. So we now have to find more places to hide bodies, which is just a complete nuisance. And to be honest, with this new target, there isn't exactly a nearby location for him either. So again, this really didn't improve my mood with this one, because yes, there are ways to hide the bodies. It's not an impossible feat to hide the bodies, but it just adds time on, and I really dislike escalations that sort of tell you, yes, you need to work hard to do this. So it's like for this, as you can see, I've seen there's a crate nearby, so I'm going to get the amputation knife just while I'm thinking about it. I'm going to walk around, knock this guy out, and I'm going to drag his body into the crate inside the pit building. So yeah, we're going to knock him out. I'll leave the generator off, but it doesn't really have an impact. The Kronstad guy doesn't come out. And yeah, at this point we're just going drag, and yeah, I'm just still frustrated at it, because I am assuming there is a really clever technique to get the targets into good positions. Like for example, I saw Chaos Agent do a route where you use the RFID device, and I have never used that in my entire Hitman 2 time. So I'm going to have to work out what that does, but it did seem like a nifty little gadget, although I hadn't got a clue what he was doing in that video, so I'll have to have a little bit of a play around with it and just try and work out what it was. Because overall this level has just disappointed me. The first level had good promise, and then yeah, as you can see, I'm really just faffing around at this point, because that first coin throw wasn't great. We're going to just have to shut the door on this fella. That should delay him in there, to be honest, because the idea is he'll be having a long pee. He's been struggling. If you remember the mission, it was quite funny. But yeah, he'll be just finishing off his pee while we drag his body into this, drag her body into this closet. So we didn't need to knock him out, but still, I cannot help but feel put out by this entire playthrough. I'm sure there is an easier way, and I'm just waiting to see it. But yeah, we're going to ignore the second target, the one from level 2 for now. We're going to move on to the third target, the new target. The reason being, one, I've got to trigger the conversation to get these two going again, but also the third target is a guard just over here, and he's pretty easy to kill, if not to hide. So as you can see, I'm just going to throw a coin in the general direction of those stairs. That'll get the guard's attention, and the idea is from here I'm also going to throw a audio distraction device. The idea is he should get near to where the coin was thrown, you'll hear the audio distraction device, and you'll go to investigate that noise. So that is the general gist, because from that point I can then just sneak up behind him and subdue him. We're then going to hide his body in the room just to the left in the tunnel, so I will have to also knock out a race, it's not a race, it's an event crew member, that's it, I couldn't remember what the disguise was called. So yeah, that's him taken care of, and as I say, we're just going to go ahead and knock the event crew guy out, because he's going to be a pain if not. I really want to know what people are doing about this. I have had a quick look on YouTube, but I only saw Chaos Agent's level 2 playthrough, so I'm really looking forward to seeing the level 3 routes, because they do seem quite good. So yeah, if there is anyone out there who's got a better route, leave a comment to the video, because if anything I would like people who've got routes to share them, just for the fact that I don't make out that I'm the best Hitman player in the world or anything ridiculous. Whenever I do these videos, it's just me goofing around in my own way. I'm not like Xbox, outside Xbox, you know, really goofing, but you know, I am just doing my own playthroughs, I'm having a bit of fun with it, and yeah, if you've got a better route, by all means, share it in the comments or tell me what you did, because if anything, I enjoy finding out different ways of playing the game. So by all means tell me what you do with this, because I actually found this one quite challenging if you want to do it with speed. So yeah, I mean, the fact that I'm having to sort of waffle over this bit while I'm dragging a body, it disgusts me. I really dislike having to do this. So yeah, if anything as well, I've had to take a cut during this recording, which I don't like doing as well, and I've lost the complete flow at this video. So yeah, I could have done a retake and just started from the beginning, but to be honest, this entire escalation has put me in a mood where I just want to get it out the way, upload it and be like, see ya, I don't want to see you again. So honestly, if any of you have enjoyed this one and thought, you know, this is a really good one, I had a really good idea, do tell me, because I want this to be redeemed. It really did seem good from the start, just in terms of a good first kill, but then it just went south so fast. So at this point I decided to throw that. I'm not sure why I decided to throw that, because all that did is draw his attention to an illegal item, and it took him away from where I wanted it to be. So if you're not an idiot like me, then all you have to do is throw a coin. Throw a coin, he'll go investigate the coin, and then all you gotta do is kill him. Instead, if you are like me, you now have to wait 20 to 30 seconds whilst he goes gets a guard, and then when he has got the guard, he's going to be in not an impossible place to kill him, but he's going to be in a tricky place to kill him. So yeah, if you want to avoid being like me, don't do that. This is so infuriating to watch, I tell you. I mean, I was just going to drop the gun and I thought, why should I? But to be honest, you won't give the guard something to be attracted to, but as it turns out, the target, he does come back on his own. I think the guard goes inside. So it isn't the worst thing in the world, any of this. It's just so infuriating that there's faffing around. I mean, there is a dumpster on the other side of the hotel, so if you go, I'm just trying to point on the map, but if you go southeast to where we are now, you know, and you circle around the back of the hotel, you can get the target into a dumpster there, but that is just such a long drag. So really you need to define this route by making sure that you can get his body into this room and this closet. So it's not great by any stretch, but it's better than some of the alternatives which I've just disclosed. So yeah, I'm at a point where I'm just like, okay, please someone, please redeem this one for me. It is not, I really dislike criticising Hitman levels, because you know, it's like the Aylwin augment. I've got my issues with it, but at least it was relatively simple. Yes, it was annoying with the 10 civilians rather than 10 NPCs, but you know, you think fair enough, they're trying to be creative. Whereas this one, it's sort of like you've taken away part of the, you know, by taking away the dumpsters, they've just increased the difficulty for very little reason. It's as if they couldn't think of a way to make it much harder, so they thought, let's just make it harder artificially, and I just didn't enjoy it. Anyway, if you haven't enjoyed me rambling, you feel free to leave a dislike, but if you have enjoyed it, please leave a like. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you again in another video. This has been Josh from JJ's Productions. I'm going to have a drink now. See ya, bye all.